Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Today I'm going to be working on my dwarf Schefflera. This is planted in the Banyan style with the low branches and the aerial roots, and today I'm going to be repotting it. Here is a look at my Banyan style dwarf Schefflera. So you can see in here I've got those low branches or trunks that are spreading out horizontally, and then they have the prop roots or the aerial roots that drop down, support the branches, and they just keep growing outwards. And you see this with ficus in nature. They grow huge and they cover a lot of real estate. Carolina, the president of the Toronto Bonsai Society, asked me a very important question about this planting. She asked me, where do you see this planting in the future? Where are you trying to take it, or what are you trying to do with it? And that question's haunted me ever since. I've got to decide what I want to do with this planting. I could prune it back hard, trying to keep it a small Schefflera clump. I could let it grow slowly and expand it into a larger planting. I've got to decide. The pot that this tree is in is a really nice Japanese pot. It's one of the first bonsai pots I ever bought. It was half price. I bought it from a store that was going out of business, and yeah, at that time I got two pots. I got this one and the same one in a smaller size for $120. And that was 30 years ago. And it was a lot of money back then, but I thought they were half price. And I thought, well, you know, if you're going to buy a pot, buy a good quality one. And it's done really well since. It's starting to get some patina on it. It's lost that new glossy look to it. The clay's kind of aged now. It's got a bit of mottling on the clay color. So it's a really nice pot. However, I don't think it's the perfect pot for this tree. And the reason is that the color of the pot does match the foliage quite nicely. That kind of, not a bright green, but more of a olive green color. And what I don't like about it is you have the green color of the pot, then the green moss, then the trunks, and then the green canopy. I would rather the pot be a color that's closer to the trunks. So you have the trunk color, the green, the trunks, and then the green canopy. So you get that alternating pattern, which I like in a planting. I don't like it to be too monochrome down below where the moss kind of blends in with the pot color. So I'm considering changing the pot, but I'd have to find a pot that's better, and that might be really hard. So I'm going to try out a few different pots today, have a look at them, and see if there are possibilities. The first pot I'm taking a look at is the cement pot made by Lewis. So that does give me, you know, the kind of off beigey cement color, the green moss, the trunk color, and the foliage. Now this is quite a big pot. I love this pot. I think it's really, really cool. It's not terribly larger, it's just rectangular. So you can see the length is almost exactly the same. In fact, I think it is. The width wise, you can see the width of the new pot, the old pot, well, it's about the same too. So basically, I would be, you know, transferring it to the new pot without having to do a lot of resizing or anything of the root system. The pot is deeper, which you can see the height of this pot versus the original, which I have up on some 2x4s to kind of bring the height of the tree up to the edge of the new pot. So I would say it's, I wouldn't say it's twice as deep, but I would say it's getting close to twice as deep, which may not be a bad thing if I want to grow the tree a little larger. I've noticed that growth has slowed down a lot in the last few years because I haven't repotted it recently. So I think it's time to repot it and maybe get some more vigor in the tree, grow it out a bit. Yeah, and maybe change the size of it. Maybe get a slightly larger planting. What I don't want to do is I don't want to grow it out too quickly. Otherwise, you get long, skinny branches without any taper. They've got movement here, but there's not a lot of taper from like back here all the way out to the tip. So, you know, you can't grow out a tree just too rapidly, or it doesn't have taper and movement. So it's got to be something slowly done over the years. So that's a possibility, this pot. I'm liking it. I think, you know, the height of it, I hope it's not too deep, but I guess that's something you'd see when you actually go to repot it. I can only kind of look from afar, evaluate the tree, and I mean, generally in bonsai, you know, you match the height of the pot with the thickness of the trunk. And this is being a multi kind of trunk thing. You've got, you know, a fairly large root base in here, so it's fairly wide across, but the actual trunks aren't near the thickness of the pot. But overall, they kind of give that impression. So maybe it's a little deep, but again, maybe the tree could be grown a little larger, get some vigor into it, get those trunks a little bigger. So that's the first possibility. The cement pot made by Lewis that I really, really like. The next pot I'm looking at is the marble pot, the Chinese marble pot. So this is actually looking pretty good. I like the height of the pot. It's actually better than the deeper one over here. I can always save this pot for a nice ficus. Yeah, I'm thinking the marble pot here is looking pretty good. It's a nice size, nice height. I think it's a good design for the tree, that the horizontal banding, you know, and the horizontal trunks in the tree kind of match. So that is a good possibility, this marble pot. Now the color of it, you know, it's a little kind of grayish compared to the trunk color. However, these Scheffleras, as they get older, the trunks do kind of gray up or whiten up. So yeah, it's a good possibility. There's a look at the two pots as far as size. They're pretty close to each other. The marble pot is almost the exact same length as the cement one. They're about the same width. Here's the height difference. It's not a lot. It's not as much as I expected. You know, maybe 10 millimeters. The only other large pot I have is this plastic one sent to me by the Bonsai Supply, Mari and Jerome, right here, that I have my very first ficus planted in. It is a very large pot. It's way bigger than the other ones. It's fairly shallow. There's what it looks like. They're nice pots. They're fantastic for training roots. You know, you can grow the roots out really nicely. But I think that's too big. I think I'll get it out and we'll have a look at it against the tree. Here is the large tray plastic pot. So you can see it is a lot longer and a lot wider. It's just a larger pot all around, but it's not very deep. The depth is pretty close. You know, if I held that up there, you've got, you know, the possibilities of really making this tree wide, spreading out those banyan branches. There's that possibility, and the height's pretty good. However, then you've got this giant, large tree that takes up a lot of space. And is it any better larger? I don't know. Maybe I'm better to keep it smaller. I just fear, you know, my trunk size isn't that large on these trees, that if I make it any longer, they're going to start looking insignificant. They'll look like long whippy branches instead of powerful trunk. So I think even at the present state this tree's in, I think those banyan type branches have to be shortened. I think, as I said, they've got good movement, but they're too long without any taper. And I think it's got to be brought back. Or I think right now these trunks are looking a little too insignificant. So I think I got to bring the overall size of this banyan down. I just think it's looking too spread out. And then, you know, slowly grow it larger. So maybe someday it'll go in a pot something like this, but probably not a plastic one, probably a nicer pot. So I have two other pots I'll show you that are, you know, two large pots, but I don't think they're large enough. The first one is an oval green colored pot too, and this is more of a brighter green, and I think it goes with the foliage less. I think the original pot color tones with the foliage much nicer. And this pot I think is too small. If I line it up, it's about, I don't know, it's smaller. Maybe, you know, overall the volume is probably reduced by maybe a quarter. So I think it's too small. I'd really have to reduce the tree back to fit it in this pot. And the color isn't as nice, so I don't think this is a good choice. The other pot I have here is a kind of a chocolate brown color pot. It's very shallow. It's shallower than the tree is in right now. The overall size is about the same. But it's not a very high quality pot. You can see the wall thickness is really thick. It's heavy clay. The pot weighs a lot. It's really heavy. I think that cement pot might even be lighter than this pot. So I don't think that chocolate color does anything with the tree. It doesn't tone with the trunks very well at all. As far as color, the concrete pot goes with the trunk color the best. And I'm strongly leaning towards the concrete pot. With the concrete pot, it may look like it's too much pot and too little tree. So it's a tough call. I mean, the original pot it's in isn't bad either. It's a good size, good height. It's just not the perfect color. And it's not a bad color. It's not, you know, it's certainly not a bad pot for this tree. I just think the concrete pot might be better. And again, maybe not initially, but when the tree grows larger, maybe it'll grow into the new pot. So I've got to decide, do I go with the bigger pot, the concrete pot? One other thing, I discovered this, I think, when I was potting my ficus. Let's just go have a look at that. In the greenhouse here, I have my ficus microcarpa, the one I call fancy, because it has all these fancy aerial roots and the trunks going up. And I repotted it into a rectangular pot. This is a kind of an oval-shaped canopy tree, and I put it in a rectangular pot, and I really like that combination. When it's in an oval-shaped pot, the oval-shaped pot matches the oval-shaped canopy, and I think it's too monotonous. I think you need a square pot with an oval-shaped canopy. So that's how I went with my Sarissa here, the oval-shaped canopy in the rectangular pot. And I like that combination. I did that with my aerial root ficus here, the Franken ficus. You can see oval-shaped canopy, rectangular pot with my ficus religiosa and my first ficus microcarpa from seed. So all these oval-shaped canopies are in square pots. And I noticed that if you look online at some of the fantastic old ficuses in Taiwan and that, like the real high-end show trees, they're all in rectangular pots, at least 90% of them. And I always wondered why. And now I know it looks much better. At least in my opinion, I think it looks good having an oval-shaped canopy in a rectangular pot. It just breaks it up so it doesn't look monotonous. You can see on my Schefflera I have the oval-shaped pot, oval-shaped canopy, and it's kind of harmonious, but maybe too harmonious. That's my feeling. So maybe this rectangular cement pot is the pot to use. I have made my final decision. I'm going to try the Schefflera in the cement pot. Hopefully it doesn't look too small a tree for the pot, but there's only one way to find out. I have got the tree, I've got the pot. Now I have to make sure I have enough soil, and I don't think I do. I think I better mix up, you know, quite a bit of soil, because this is a large pot, so I'll mix up at least half a tub of soil here. Here is an update to the kittens and the cat. We kind of had a stressful day yesterday. The cat wasn't cleaning the kittens up. She wasn't cleaning herself. She wasn't eating or drinking, and we were very worried about her. We took her to the vet. Luckily, we got an opening. We took her and the kittens, and she was really good in the car. She just sat in the cat carrier, and we had the kittens beside her in a little basket. And so the first thing they did at the vet's, they x-rayed the mother to make sure there wasn't a kitten still in her womb, because that happens. And that turned out to be not the case, which was good. They gave her an injection of I guess a saline solution under her skin to hydrate her, which was good. And then they gave us antibiotics and some pain relief for her. The reason her mouth is open and her tongue's hanging out is that there's like lesions or something in her mouth and her throat. So the antibiotics will take care of that. And then we also got her some of this cat milk. It's kitten milk, and she drank like a ton of it the first time we put it down, which was really good. And she's eating again. So things are looking good. So here's a look. Hello. There's a happy family in there. Hello, Mama. Can you see anyone in there? There they are. Hello, everyone. Oh, what a wonderful family. So everyone looks much, much better now. The kittens are getting cleaned up. The cat cleaned herself up today, so that's really good. And she also went to the washroom and peed for the first time since she's been in the porch here. So that is just fantastic. I'll give her privacy. The other thing that happened yesterday was now here's my theory. She was so weak that she was moving kittens. She moved 2 kittens under the couch in here in the porch and left the rest. And I think that she was so weak that her body told her that she can only handle having 2 kittens, and she was going to abandon the rest of them because she was so weak and probably couldn't produce enough milk. So now things are much better. She's happy with her kittens. She looks much healthier today, and she's eating and drinking, and it's good because I didn't want to have to hand feed all the kittens if the mother passed away. So things are looking good. I'm going to work away mixing up some bonsai soil, and we'll come back for part 2 of this series, repotting my dwarf Schefflera. So that's all for part 1. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.